everyone, welcome to Sure Learning. Memorizing dates is useful for history classes, for birthdays, to have fun, and many other reasons. Nevertheless, many people find it difficult to memorize strings of numbers and clusters of dates. So here are few activities that help your students to remember the dates and events. The first strategy is use of mnemonics. Mnemonics is the way to go. When I used to study history, I would usually construct some funny relations between the dates and the events, and sometimes I would associate the date with the dates that I'm already aware of. Let's take an example. So, if I have to remember the date of the First World War, which was fought between 1914 to 1918, I would make something relatable or funny. I can say 1914, where 14 sounds like pout it, and 1918 where 18 sounds like ate it. So I could come up with a World War story where everyone was hungry for power and in the end some of them ate it. It's just random, but it will help you remember for sure. This works because in the process of memorizing, you are using both sides of your brain. You are using your logical side to remember the dates, while you are using your creative side to make association. So this will lead to better retention. So the next strategy is rhyming slang. By connecting the mounting and descending line mentioned with the tonal scale, you can sing to yourself a low sound followed by two high sounds and end with a tone just slightly lower than the last two. Or you can either make your own song using the date and its meaning and context, or you can use a song you already know and replace some or all of the words with what you are trying to learn. The rhythm, tones and the rhymes of songs are great for any memorization. For example, August 1942, Gandhiji started with India movement. Gandhiji started with India movement in the year 1942. So this is how the students remember the dates with the help of music. The next strategy is numbers made words. You can improve your memory by creating associations, such as between a letter and a number. For example, you could memorize the date 1215 when the Magna Carta was drafted by associating it with the alphabetic strings called TNTL according to the number word scheme. In the number word scheme, 0 equals Z because the word 0 begins with Z. 1 equals T because the numeral 1 and the letter T are both written with a single downstroke. 2 equals N because if you rotate the letter N clockwise 90 degrees, it resembles the numeral value 2. 3 equals M because if you rotate the letter M clockwise 90 degrees, it resembles the numeral value 3. And 4 equals R because the numeral 4 looks like a backward letter R and the word 4 also ends in the letter R. 5 equals L since L is a Roman numeral for 50. 6 equals G since the numeral 6 and the letter G resemble each other. 7 equals K because if you rotate the letter K clockwise, it resembles the numeral 7 mirroring itself. 8 equals B since the numeral 8 and the letter B resemble each other. 9 equals P since the letter P looks like a mirror image of the numeral 9. So finally, for the year 1215, we get TNTL, where we can frame sentence as 29 tiny legs. So this is one of the easy ways to remember the numbers with words. So the final strategy is linking with real events. So in this activity, we try to relate history events with the present events. So there are so many years and dates to remember. which would generally confuse you. In order to avoid such confusion, we come up with this strategy called linking up. So this activity, it is an example of my real life. So in my school days, when the teacher was explaining about Mahatma Gandhi, I heard she said Mahatma Gandhi was assassinated on January 30th, 1948. And there was a guy in my class whose birthday was January 38th, the same date. So he used to compare himself with Gandhi, saying that Gandhi died and he was born to replace him. So that word stuck in my mind that I could still remember after 10 years of my school days. Yeah, that's how we remember all those dates and years, relate them with some incidents or things or dates. It may seem to be funny, but believe me, it works. If you want to know more tricks and teach your students and keep them engaging, subscribe to our channel. Happy teaching!